got on no bottoms. But I do. I got on something. I'm an earth tone woman. I love earth tone colors. Just a little. Let's celebrate.
Look at girl.
Yeah, see?
Okay. Uh-oh, y'all.
Okay, so. All right, y'all. So we're going to jump right in because y'all know we have to, we talk about a lot of stuff. Last week, we talked for a while and we wasn't even expecting that, but it was good. Like, I watched the whole replay and it was good.
Yeah.
So if you weren't with us last week, you can still go and watch that video because it's posted on both of our pages. But anyways, it's Wednesday, y'all. It's time to wind down. This is Wine&Grow. I'm Ken.
I'm Kay.
She's Kay. I'm Ken. And we wine, we grow. And when we grow, we need wine. So we are back breaking down another episode of Insecure. So like we said last week, season 5 for us, season 5 for them. Episode 2. That's just how it's going to go. Okay. It's just going to flow like that the rest of the season. So, and if you were here last week, then you know that you don't really have to watch the show to actually tune in to us and join us in the conversation, because we don't really break down each episode, like tell y'all what happened. It's more of a relating what happened in the episode to our real life experiences. Yeah. So just so that y'all have that info. Yeah. So how you feeling this week? How you feeling being back? This is our second week back. How, the vibe?
I'm just real. With just being back, I'm just real chill. Just real chill.
You do got like a zen about you today. You got a zen.
I'm just real good.
Don't you got like a zen about her today, y'all? Yeah, so, but I feel good being back. It's nice having this to look forward to on Wednesdays. You know, like, it's like, okay, we need to make this post. Oh, okay, we need to be here on Wednesday. It's like, it gives us something to do productive. Yeah. And not that I'm not productive in my life right now, but it's just, it adds a little something extra for me to look forward to, so. Yeah. So we're going to get into this episode. It was called Growth. Okay.
For real. Okay.
No, for real. Like, and it's crazy because I had an experience happen last week that really checked my growth. It really challenged me to see, and I don't want to get into that on here, but I am proud of myself, y'all. I am so proud of me in the growth. So in the beginning of this episode, right, like we see them basically move through a whole year and fast forward a whole year. Yeah. And the significant part about the beginning of this episode was them basically signifying that Molly had cut her hair. New things, like
growth.
You know what they say about women when we cut our hair, we about to change our life. Like, that's just been the thing ever since Wait to Exhale. Like, for real, black women, we cut our hair, it's like, okay, what happened? Like, and I feel like.
But I was just gonna say, I've cut my hair twice, so I know how that goes.
Yeah, and I chose to cut my hair again because it's just something, like, it says something about you when you, it says something about your confidence, where you are in life. Like, I feel free when my hair is short. Even when I was relaxed and I had my short pixie cut. Oh, I love that. Like, I felt like, and I had cut my hair because at that time, but that was like 2 years ago, I had been natural for almost 3 years. My hair was so lusty, big. It was beautiful. But I was like, I want to change. Like, I wanted something new. We was getting ready to get into the summer, and I really wanted my hair. That's exactly what I said. I want my hair to match my mood. So I went and relaxed my hair and got it cut, and that summer was lit.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like, the hair was perfect for that summer. Like, so yes.
Definitely liberating it.
Yes. So I love short hair. I love cutting my hair. And I think, like I said, I think it, like we always say, it definitely means something. Yeah. You can definitely relate it to your life. So something else that was big right? Everything was big in this episode, but I'm like, it was just certain things that stood out, and I'm kind of going in like order of how the episode went. Mm-hmm. But when your family is pressuring you to get into a relationship,
oh, the pressure. Oh,
well, you don't got that much time, especially if they don't got grandkids. Yeah, like you don't have that much time, and you need to find you a maid and stuff like that, and it's like she was like Molly told her mama like, but that's not what I'm focused on right now. You know, like, and
y'all focus on the wrong thing.
Yeah, like, I'm not ready to be in a relationship, you know? And that said a lot about her growth. Mm-hmm. Because if you follow Insecure, then you know that Molly has went from relationship to relationship to relationship. And we all can relate to that. You know, just jumping from one thing to the next. What they say, you get under somebody to get over somebody else. You know, and that's just not healthy. Not healthy. And I think that's one of the bullets I got, too. Like, just, yeah. But, Have you felt that way before?
What?
Have you felt like the pressure of your family and friends for you to be in a relationship?
Not
trying to set you up?
No. I don't feel like y'all have done that. My mama don't care.
And that never happened to me.
But it's a real deal. Like, I know my people, and it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
I make it more of a big deal because I know what I want. Mm-hmm. But and then of course I'm looking at the people around me. Mm-hmm. But you know, I know this stuff takes time. I can't put that pressure on myself because then it just brings on too much. I'm only looking at the wrong things when I'm putting the pressure on myself to find somebody.
Yeah, it's only like one person in my life that I can really say has like been like, so what's next? Like, you gonna get married? Or like if I'm dating somebody, wanting to talk to him and tell him he better marry me and treat me right. It's one person in my life, one of my aunties, and if she watch, she know who I'm talking about. Like, cause she be on it. She be like, no, cause she just like, I'm everything to her, and like, and she wants to just see me prosper, and I get that. You know, like even in this episode, like your family just wanting to see you prosper and happy. You know, like so. And for some reason, people equate us being happy to us being in a relationship. Yeah. When that's not always the case. We can be happy by ourselves. And not every relationship is going to end. Yeah, not every relationship is going to end in marriage either. Yeah. You know, so that puts a lot of pressure. Like, my auntie has literally gotten on the phone. People like, so you going to marry my niece? Blah, blah, blah. Like, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, because...
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That I already add enough pressure in my relationships. I don't need friends and family to do it too. Like, just let me coast. Like just let me be.
It said our parents have to let us live like they got to live their lives. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Did they? Like, and
that's just what that's
because remember back in the day, back in the day too, like they got married quick. Yeah. You know, like because you know it was really like social dating is more popular now than it was back then. Like, you know, like they really courted people and they were intentional. Like by the time they fell in love, they knew they wanted to marry that person and they were serious. And you know, even further back then, like people used to get married when they was like 14 and 15 years old. Get married off. You know, so it's like I think our elders really have an expectation of us to do what they did. You know, like because they don't know what it looks like to really be single and happy because they think you're supposed to be married. Like that's how it's supposed to go. Especially if they Christians, you know, believers or whatever type of religion, because most religions want you to be married, you know, before sex and all of that stuff. So, and having a baby. But, yeah. Okay, switching gears. So we get introduced to Kofi's character. Am I saying his name right with his spine?
His spine. Yeah.
So we get introduced to his character, Crenshaw. Right, Crenshaw. We get introduced to his character in this movie. He basically has his own like clothing line or whatever, and he employs convicts to help them, you know, basically build a resume.
So hold on. To answer Kalila, it's just touching on Insecure episode 2. Just our views on like some of the things that we shared with the episode. That's all.
Yeah, you can stay here, girl. You don't have to. You don't have to have to watch to be here.
Yeah,
you can still stay, and you'll.
Because we ain't like telling you about the show.
Yeah. And this you know what? This next whole topic may even intrigue you a little bit. So, because he's an entrepreneur, and if you're an entrepreneur out there, it's you know the pressure of people wanting you to do things their way when you already have a vision for your business. And that's part of the reason why I kind of like push the brakes on my mentoring program, if anybody has noticed or whatever. But like, because I really got off track of what I wanted for it, because so many schools had expectations of what they wanted for their students. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just started like, just to say I'm doing something, or my mentoring program is somewhere. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'll just adjust it to what, y'all needs are. And I literally started pitching it that way. Like, we can just cater to your needs. So you tell me what you need, and then I'll rework my basically my whole plan based on the needs of your students at your school. When I already had an idea, like I literally had a whole outline proposal of what I wanted to do, the topics that I wanted to talk about, the population that I wanted to talk to rather. Like the first year I ended up mentoring males and females. And then down the line, I ended up mentoring middle school girls when I was only intending on high school girls and particularly teen parents. So I just went all off track. I'm like, I have to stop. I gotta repurpose this.
I just realized that too, because I remember when I went to one of your things with you.
I have to repurpose this because it was good, and my voice was still heard, and I was still able to share my experiences, but it just wasn't what I wanted for my business. And then here, like Issa basically is like his, I don't know, what would you call her? Like, she's like represents him and like booking like engagements.
Almost
and
like his spokesperson.
PR. Like PR. Yeah. Like, so he basically wants to do a fashion show, and she found a big company to sponsor it for him, and they had different notes about how they wanted the show to look, and they want him to cut out certain things, and he got attitude. He called Issa a sellout. He like, I don't
all the way after they've been talking about this deal for so long, and just even in her mind though, she thought that he was gonna be able to get what he was supposed to get too.
Yeah, she basically told him that sometimes you have to bend to get somewhere.
At least to get your foot in the door.
And
I understood what she was saying. I understood both sides.
I did too.
I definitely understood both sides, but I definitely get what she was saying. But at least she still tried. She tried to pitch it to him. Just because I am on your side. I'm on your team. We trying to do this. We trying to grow together.
And then in the long run, he did the show, and he ended up doing it the way he wanted to do it, and the people were blown out of their mind. Like they were just like, wow, like this was amazing. Like, and that just shows when you trust your gut, when you trust who you are and what you want to do, like people will act accordingly. Yeah. They think they know what they want, and people get so comfortable in how things are supposed to look that they're afraid of something new.
But that's what the guy said though. He said, because we are a new company, we just, the risk that you're taking, you just want to make sure that you're not just going way too big. But he was blown away, as he likes to say.
Yeah. And they talk a lot about like basically when she was telling him like get an experience. Yeah. Basically, so like you have to get experience because so many people like they was like, well, he's new to this, and there's a lot of other people who have already done this. It's like, well, how am I supposed to get experience if nobody is offering me a chance to show y'all who I am?
Yeah. That's a big thing right now. A lot of us is trying to get into a certain field, but because we don't have the experience, they're not gonna hire you. But we can't get experience if you're not letting me try.
Exactly.
Like, how am I supposed to do this?
Yes, because
so I have no choice but to do it my way, and trial and error after this.
Yep. You just try, like, and it's somebody out there that'll give you a chance, right? So you just have to keep trying, because people are willing to bank on you. Because people understand that, like. Yeah. We got to start somewhere. I started somewhere, and I would, if I was a boss and hiring manager, whatever, I would think from that, standpoint too. I had to start somewhere. Somebody had to take a chance on me. Let me take a chance on somebody. Like, let me at least bring this person in for an interview and see what they have to say. Like, most of the time, you don't even get past the whole application process because your resume does not show the experience.
And that's exactly what I thought about though when they had that meeting, and he was just saying, we are a new small business or whatever, and we don't want to take that big of a risk, but clearly somebody took a risk on y'all. So why can't you do it for him? But it's also, you have to think about I don't even know the people that he was saying, the other people was white or black. But that's like what Molly said, it's going to become white friendly.
Exactly.
So it's not even a part of the community anymore.
Right, and like we do so much to try to protect black culture, and we have a habit of also like toning down to welcome other people. People don't do that for us. White people gonna be who they are. Hispanics gonna be who they are. Y'all see how they showed up and showed out for Hispanic Heritage Month? Like shut down downtown Chicago. Come on now. But like we want to we have a habit of making our events open for other people, making other people comfortable enough to be around us. Like, no. Like, this is who I am. This is black culture. And we want to express that. And we got to hold on tight, because then we be washed away. Washed away. Okay. Back to dating. Okay. Remember when Molly was looking at her old dating profile? And she was like, she had basically so many specifics. And like,
couldn't answer it after that.
Like, she if you don't have a degree, at least one. Like, if you got kids or something, like, if you don't, like, something, she was just saying a lot of different stuff, basically, like, keep it moving, because I don't want you. And then when she read that, she's like, dang.
She's one of the rich men with no kids.
I was tripping. Like, I just wasn't wanting anything realistic. And I know people like that. Yeah, I know people like that. Like when you just stuck on what you want. The person who you think you're supposed to be dating, the type of person that you want to date and be with. You basically miss out on opportunities from, seeing other people. Yeah. And they was flashing back at different issues that she had in her relationship, and she really had to just take a minute to be like, damn, this been me the whole time. Like that moment when you have to just self-evaluate, because the common denominator in my relationships is me. So I can't keep saying they all was always the issue. Yeah. When I'm the one who's always been in a relationship too. So where do I stand in these issues?
Accountability. I think this whole season obviously is going to be about reflection.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like that though, because I was like, dang, I relate to that a lot, because I had to shut down my whole list thing, and like what I thought I wanted, and even to this day, just like stop to think about what I want versus what I need, and the type of person that God is preparing me to be, and the type of man that He would want me to have in my life. So I literally have to sometimes be like, I don't like that, but reconsider, like, what about it I don't like? Yeah. Okay, like, is it realistic? Is it foolish? Like, really just break some stuff down, because again, I'm not trying to miss out on something good because I have these little petty things about me that I like, that I want to have in there.
Or something that you feel like you need to have.
Yeah. When it's really just basic wants.
Yeah.
Like, so, and that just goes to, like, I was having a conversation with a couple friends, still maintaining our individuality in relationships. Like, we look for our partners to meet a lot of our needs when there are still things that you should be able to do for yourself. So you don't want to meet someone and they literally become your all. Like the person that, we feel like we need to do everything with that person. Yeah. Everything that has to be about that person, with that person, around that person, when it's like, you should still have your individuality, and they should still have theirs.
Yeah, because when they're gone, it's like, what am I supposed to be doing? How do I do this? What am I supposed to be doing with this part of my time? Like, you just don't know what to do, because this person is your life, basically. You done gave so much to them, and you don't even know about yourself anymore. You lose yourself in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Mike Todd. He has that whole relationship goals series, and he even wrote a book, and he talks about that a lot. It talks about that in his book and in his sermons, just being single, even when you're married, still having that part of you that's still single, right? Where you do things for yourself, where you make sure you're good, and you're not relying on that person to make sure you're good. Yep. Because we put unrealistic expectations on people, and then that's how things fail.
Because what makes us really forget about ourselves in relationships? other than the fact that there's another person, that what, you know, you still think that you would like to do on your own. So what makes us forget about ourselves?
I think it's just a lot of just considering that person. You know, like, well, now I don't have to. I want to do this with you, you know, or whatever, or just wanting to do everything, be there for that person a lot, you know. So it's like, well, instead of me doing this, like, what if you trying to go out, right, and then your partner calling you with an issue? Okay, now you like, I ain't gonna go out because I'm gonna help them handle their issue. You know, like, so now your whole plan then changed. Everything.
If Neve said insecurities.
I can see that too. And I had a relationship like that where I feel like I couldn't leave that person because I didn't know what they were going to do when I wasn't around. That's a big one, Neve. That's a big one. Like, if I got to be with you to stop you from doing something to me, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. And it ain't for you either, sis.
Period.
Or bro.
I can't say it.
So, what's the difference for you between supporting others and like literally pressuring them? Like, when we help somebody, we support them without pressuring them.
The way I would support is, you know, I mean, just be there when they ask. Just like, so just show up, but I don't need to constantly pressure you on or constantly come to you about what you're doing and how you're doing it and when is this going to be done. I mean, you know what you want at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yep.
So I'm only going to show up as much as I feel like I need to or as much as I can, because you don't want to start feeling like you on that person's back.
Yeah. And in this episode, that's kind of like what Molly's mom had to accept about Molly's dating life. Like, it's not my business. You know, I want to support you and where you are. You know, I want you to be happy. However, it has to go the way you want it to go. Like she told her, I just want you to be happy. Yeah.
But it's still about what you want, and you're not really trying to consider what it is that I want. So take you out the equation, and, you know, ask me, are you okay? Are you happy with what your decisions that you're making? Just do something like follow up like that. Don't just be trying to out here finding men for me and trying to find things for me, especially if I'm not asking for it.
And the scene when what's his name? What's the other dude Issa was dating?
I don't care for Nathan.
Nathan.
I don't care for him because he always disappears. Like,
but him and Issa had a really good conversation.
They did,
and he was telling her basically, in sum it up, you can't be everything for everybody. Yeah, like he was like, I'm over here. He cuts hair, so he's like, here I am trying to learn how to braid when that just ain't my gift. You know, like I have to allow people who can do that to just do that, and I'm gonna stick to the thing that I can do. You know, like because Issa basically trying to save all of her clients, and that's what Kofi Crenshaw had said to her. Like, you not my savior. Like, I don't need you to do all of this for me. You're supposed to be supporting me, and that's where that whole support versus pressure came from. You know, because you can support somebody without trying to make them do it the way you think that they're supposed to do it. You still have to leave room for them to figure it out and do it on their own. And maybe in that they may decide to stop doing that thing, and you know what? That ain't your business. Yeah. Okay, well, let me figure out how I can support you with the next thing.
Keep it moving.
You know, if you want my support with the next thing. You know, so yeah. I was like, dang. That, like, you know, that touched me. Because I try to put I'm learning that, listen.
Just the setup of that scene just threw me though. So, but, the ending when they was going to bed. Oh, yeah. Oh, and that. Using somebody else to get over somebody else though, and you know you're not ready. You're trying to make yourself be ready for something else.
She basically cried in the bed, y'all, trying to have sex, and I've done that before, and that's actually been done to me. I had a dude cry, and I'm like, whoa, no. Like, 'cause it happens. It happens.
I'm sorry.
You
that
know,
ain't never happened to me. And
yeah.
I ain't crying in nobody.
Yes,
No,
it happens. It happens. Like, you trying to rush yourself to move on, and next thing you know, you realize, I'm like, dang, I'm not ready for this.
She said,
I'm right. I'm like, wow, she really just bust out crying. Like,
he
that's
didn't know
hard.
what to do, but he disappears. Like, I appreciate how the message that he gave, but you couldn't even stay.
Which time I stayed that night?
Yeah.
Well, because
in the middle of the night.
Because clearly she had some stuff going on and she needed to be by herself.
But tell me you leaving. Don't just leave like a thief in the night. Dang. If we cool.
She should have just let him leave. But she was trying to get over. And it had been a whole year. And I bet she didn't even know up until that moment that she was still holding on to something. I bet she didn't know up to that moment. Because she thought she was okay. She thought she was okay. And then she tried that and realized, no, I'm not.
Because what was she doing to really heal herself through that
year? Yeah, and we didn't see that. Yeah. We don't see what was really going on with her during that year of her and Lawrence breaking up. We just see what's next.
I want to see now. I can't wait till next week.
Yeah, so we get to see what Lawrence up to. It seemed like he in San Francisco. Because they keep talking about heels and trolleys.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I think he might be in San Francisco. But, I mean, that's basically it for that episode. Because that was basically pretty much the end of it when that happened.
Yeah, because now we saw Molly going into dating.
Yeah.
Have you ever been so giddy? And
right. So, hold on.
Now.
Let me
slow
just
down.
Relax.
Slow down. I be having to tell myself that in my head because I know I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I ain't going to say crazy. I know I can just be excited.
Yeah.
Make it real.
So, do you have some words for the viewers regarding growth? Or do you want to share an experience
with growth?
With growth.
Or just
and offer some advice.
First of all, the healing process ain't all roses and daisies, y'all. Let me tell you how many times I sit in my room. Well, I've sat in my room and just had to just feel myself, feel my emotions, and just cry because it get real. Especially when you know you have goals that you're trying to reach and everything around you just seems like it's not happening, but things are happening. And you just break down, but as soon as you break down, that seems like that's the breakdown is the storm. And right after that, the next day or something, things change. Just letting go of the worry. I just feel like when it comes to growth, be patient with yourself. Don't worry about what nobody else got going on around you. No comparison syndrome, none of that. Worry about what you got going on and your pace and your patience with yourself, because that's the only way you're gonna get there. People go and as far as support goes along the path of growth, don't worry about the people that ain't supporting you. Period. Period. Just give yourself patience. Give yourself love through the process. Don't judge yourself for anything. And I feel like it'll be as smooth as you make it.
Yeah. And on that note, I think that's it. Short and sweet. So we'll be back again next Wednesday. I'm just saying, if you don't watch Insecure, you should. But if you don't, still come here and be with us on Wednesdays for Wind Down Wednesday. I
understand. If y'all feel like we telling the show, it's 3 days. Y'all should have watched it already.
Right. Like the episodes come out on Sunday. So they come out every Sunday at 9 p.m. And we usually don't even watch it till Monday. You know, so we giving y'all more than enough time to check it out. So, yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Well, ain't no comments, ain't no questions. So we ain't finna push this any longer than we have to.
Ain't forcing nothing.
Right. So,
deuces. Peace, love, and hair grease.